Hello and welcome to my beginner's guide on MBScape. This is going to be a guide on how to begin playing MBScape. Basically from the moment you start your account to making your first bit of money and getting good gear and whatnot. Anyways, let's get on with it. First thing you're going to do obviously is pick out your character looks. This should be fairly obvious and it should only be the way you want it, so I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to go in. Now, I'm not going to cover Iron Man in this video, however I can later, but for now I'm actually going to make a guide about it on the normal normal mode. So we're going to be able to trade with players, etc., like a regular person. Anyways, so what you start out with is full iron and the regular bow and whatnot, and runes and food and some money. Now that money isn't exactly the biggest amount, but it's something to start off with. Anyways, my recommendation is actually like this text that you start off with is green and it's rather hard to do. What I do is I come here into private chat, I uncheck this box, so my private chat will go up here. My friends chat I usually put to light red. Alright, so the first thing you want to actually do is get gear and armor. You start off with some, but it's not the best anyways. So what I recommend doing is actually just banking your food. You won't really need it, and going over here to the gear shop, and not this one, sorry, believe it's the low level gear shop, yeah, and buy yourself say like a mithril scimitar, a rune one, and you can get up maybe like an unholy book here, and basically buy the gear you're going to want to start off with, and then you can go ahead and talk to this guy who will sell you all this stuff for actually quite expensive, so I won't recommend buying it all for now, but we can do that later. Anyways, so once you do get your weapons and gear to start off training, I recommend heading over to, I'm not actually sure where it is, however I do believe you can do command or something? No, you cannot. Way back when I found the teleport, sorry. Alright, so I'm just going to head to rock crabs, and from here you can attack the rock crabs and train up your stats until you have decent stats anyways, and then we'll go ahead and get better gear. And you also need some money, so the drops that you get here, you can pick up those and sell them to the general stores and whatnot, and you'll need a decent amount of money, which is kind of a problem. You cannot buy like a skimmy and stuff from what you start off with, so you do have to go ahead and make money to be able to do that. But yeah, I'll be back when I've trained a bit. And one thing you should do is pick up all the charms that you can, so that you can start on doing that summoning later. For summoning, if you're a regular player, you'll need about 200 of each charm, I believe, and that'll get you to 99. So yeah, just pick up those charms along the way to getting your stats up, and you should be fine. Now, what I mean there, by the way, is that donators get 1.5 times XP, extreme donators get 2 times, etc. Basically, the higher donator you are, the more XP you get. So, yeah. But it's not too much. As a regular player, you can still get your stats up. I mean, there are a lot of regular donators who do, or regular players who do have a lot of very high stats, so it's not a necessary thing to be a donator, but it is nice, and I'll show you guys the donators on later too, but for now, I'm just going to be a regular player, just playing regularly, and I'll be back when I pretty much got like my 60 attack and stuff. Now, I've actually just gotten a clue scroll. This is one of the things you can get for just killing anything, and you'll get the clue scroll, and usually it'll give you a random location. I will do a guide on these later, but for now I've gotten these stats. They're not too bad, but they're not the best either, but I did get that clue scroll. Now what does that mean is that I can actually complete it if I can find who sells a spade. The guy who sells a spade actually is the old man, I believe. He walks around, so you should be able to find him, but yeah, he will sell you a spade. Get one of those. And this location is Morton, so the quickest teleport there is Colin Barrows, and running this way. I'll be back when I've completed the step. Oh yeah, whilst I do this, I wanted to say this guide will be outdated. There usually is dungeoneering, which you can do for training your stats, which is actually the best way to go. And you can get up to level 80 stats in everything, and then have like 99 dunge, and be able to buy like 3 chaotics or something. And that's usually the best course of action, which also gives you enough of the currency that's used to purchase void and barrels, gloves, etc. to get those, and pretty much by that time your account is geared up properly to be able to fight bosses, etc. Really, that's not a thing at the moment. It will be fixed soon, but currently you can't do dungeoneering. So this location is just west of Port Sarim, so I'll be back when I've completed it. The reasons you're going to want to do these clue scrolls, by the way, is that they have a chance of giving you Third Age, which is worth a good amount of money. You can sell those to people. They have a very good chance of giving you 100k cash stacks. They have a medium chance of giving you 3 mil cash stacks, and a pretty rare chance of giving you a 100 mil cash stack. As a new player, if you get that 100 mil cash stack, or a Third Age, or even that 3 mil cash stack, you will be in luck and will be able to purchase everything you need. At the start, there is a current problem anyways that I find where if you just started, managing to purchase all the gear and everything is actually quite difficult unless you do kill stuff that can give you good money, which is actually not that hard. But also there's a lot of people willing to help you out at home. I'm sure like some people might give you like a mil or two. It's not too much to them anyways, and they will be able to help you out. Probably, I wouldn't just go around asking everyone for help, however. It's not a very good thing to do, but they can help you out. That's the thing. Because I completed this one, and this one is just Varrock, so I'll be back when I'm done with it as well. Clues do have multiple steps, so yeah. Sometimes you'll get a one-step clue, and sometimes you'll have to do like 10 of them. But as someone who's done over 500 clues, I would say I think they're worth doing. On my main account, I actually have like a very big clue tab, which contains a lot of stuff. Probably like 10 of every item you can get from clues, except their age and all that, of course. But I've made a very substantial amount from just the drops that you can get from these, and I would say it's pretty worth it. Now, this clue is actually Draenor, or south of Draenor. This actually is an opportunity for me to have a reason purchase myself a glory, which I didn't think of doing in the first place. I do hope I can afford them. Yeah, 16,000. Oh yeah, this guy, Old Man, will sell you all potions and food and accessories that you desire, really. He'll sell you dragon gloves, which I don't actually recommend buying it early anyways. They are quite expensive, I believe. Either he can sell you the Dark Light for tormented demons. You do those later, I guess, but a Ring of Wealth, which is also pretty useful. I'll purchase one of those now. He'll give you a spade, all your potions, and glory, etc. And we can go ahead and teleport to Draenor. Now, I know there's a lodestone there, but I'm just going to take this way because it is quicker overall. But yeah, now I can just run south to the Wizard's Tower and claim this clue step. Alright, there we go. I've got the casket, and it's another step, which is actually very much near the last one. So I'll be back with this one too. This is actually taking quite a while. It's usually not as long as this to do a clue scroll, but I guess we got unlucky with this one. Alright, there it is, and we've completed it and got a reward. This is standard. You get yourself all the those like trimmed gold and Zamrak and stuff, which you can use later on. I can't exactly wear it yet, but you can use those as your armor. It saves you from having to pay a few thousand GP on it. But yeah, next, actually, I think we are going to go and try to kill more rock crabs and see if we get lucky again. Anyways, I actually decided that I would actually try and kill a hellhound to get some of these to show you guys what they do. But obviously, if you get 2k only, then it's not really worth anything. But basically, you get player tokens for defeating anything above level 100 combat. And you can come to this guy, the player tokens shop, and you can purchase all of this stuff. You can get the full Void, however I do believe Void will be removed from this shop as Pest Control is released in the next few days. You can get yourself Proselyte, which is actually like decent to buy, I suppose, because it does save you prayer points. If you're not a donator, this is pretty useful. You can get a Karasi sword, which is 1 million of these, You can get the Dominion Tower gloves, all 3 of them. You can get Barrow's gloves, which are like hybrid, I guess. If you don't want to switch your gloves, and that's useful. You can get the torso, fighter hat, 2 of the wing auras, which look pretty cool, I guess. And you can get full profound. The Dragon Defender, which is actually +8 strength compared to the +6 from the other one, which you can purchase for coins, but this one you need to pay a lot of player tokens, 2 million of them, that is. Bunny keys, which allow you to kill a boss which will make profit. I have a guide on that, you can watch that in the description. Or the Arty Cloak, which is, I guess, an alright cape to wear if you don't have a fire cape, which is not too hard anyways, but yeah. So that's what player tokens. Once you do finish out your stats and come to this guy, you can buy yourself the Dragon Scimitar, the Dragon Defender, which you can use for a while anyways. I recommend the Dragon Plate Legs and the Fighter Torso from the other shop, as well as a Helm of Neat's Nut, and perhaps even the Obsidian Cape if you cannot afford the other one, and maybe some Rune Boots or Dragon Boots from, I believe, this guy. Get the Dragon Boots from this guy. They are 1 mil, but that's alright. You can also get yourself a Blessed Spirit Shield, but I don't recommend that. You can get yourself like a tuck set, but buy the Dragon Defender before you buy any of these shields. Anyways, that's melee, but over here, there's a lot more stores that sell you a lot more stuff. Now over here you can get like the skilling shop. There's 3 of those. There's one here, one here, and one here. There is pickup sticks, which sells you all the summoning stuff. And over here is like the magic shop, which sells you all the runes. Arams, which is the only barrels you can actually buy from the shop. You can earn the other pieces by doing actual barrels. You get affinity boots, ghostly and stuff. All the teleport tabs. There are usually more of these, but someone's been buying them all out. There's a range shop over here as well, which can sell you chins, which are pretty expensive, but they do give a lot of ranged experience and are an easy way to get to 120 range or 99 or whatever you want to do if you have money. You get Black D'hide from here. However, if you do have the time to get Void, it is quite a lot better than getting actual ranged armor if you're fighting things. If you're Rune Crossbow, however, and you think that if you do have Void, you won't have as much accuracy because it's a percentage boost, and percentage doesn't really do much if you don't have a high range bonus, which is not provided with a Rune Crossbow in my opinion. So you get that. You can get diamond bolts in here, which are decent. You can get addy bolts too to make your own ruby bolts or earn them from boss drops. Most bosses can drop a lot of the bolts, but yeah, the skilling shops basically provides you with everything you need for skilling. There's the skill capes here, which you can do, and you can get to your skill capes when you get to level 99 in skills. Those are pretty nice. Right, in the middle here you have the vote exchange, which the vote exchange basically, when you vote you get 3 tickets. The main thing everyone does is buy the double spin tickets, 6 of those per day, or you can save up to get things like the Golden Scythe, which is actually, I think, one of the most expensive things in here. It looks pretty good. I do wish I had one of those, but yeah. If not, you can also trade this guy. Now these are the 120 capes. The sprites for them are actually not the best models, but they are alright. You can buy them for 2 million coins each, and they can be worn once you obtain 104 mil experience in a skill. So yeah, they have particles and whatnot. Here you can buy skilling outfits, I guess. Tesselia and the hairdresser will change your clothes. Whilst this guy, the rewards trader, will trade you chaotics for your dungeon tokens, of course. This guy, the Glacier reward, will sell you Armadillo Battle Staff, etc. For your Glacier shards, the Armadillo shards, and this guy is a player token shop, as I showed you earlier. For the estate agent, you can start your house. With the butler, you can hire a butler for your house. Here, with Max in the completion escape place, you can get yourself the capes, which require pretty much like just getting 99 in all skills and stuff. And 120 dunge. Duradel here will give you tasks for higher levels. Turiel will give you lower level tasks, and Duradel is not working currently, but he will give you the higher level tasks. The stonemason here gives you some construction supplies such as marble and limestone and gold leaves, magic stones, which is like 25 gold to build one of those thrones. Not exactly worth it, but get you saw from here as well. This guy just like a bunch of decoration stuff. Not really too important. Other than that, there isn't really too much at home in terms of shops. You can change your prayers over here. You can do some magic tree woodcutting. You can reset your stats at Mandrith. There's a grand exchange here, which actually does work. Since this is a new account, I'm not too sure why these are here. Which is actually quite interesting. Either way. You can do : GE and see the offers that everyone have. Down to here you can see like someone's buying 449 sharks for 700 each for some reason. I'm not too sure. The blue ones are buying, and these ones are selling, the green ones. So you can get your items in here. Be careful not to get ripped off by anyone selling for too high or whatever, but yeah. There's a bank chest here, and the crystal chest is right behind them. This is usually where people skill. It's a pretty crowded area. You can talk to people and make friends and stuff, and there's a portal here. Now it's usually purple, but it's white for me because of my details, but it will take you to about every boss, I guess. There's also like the monster teleport here, which can take you to like the God Wars dungeon, King Black Dragon and stuff. Basically, just a bunch of boss teleports in here in your quest tab. And, well, that's about it for teleports and whatnot. The main money-making method you're actually going to do when you're starting out is probably Frost Dragons. Now, for those, I would recommend getting like a whip or chaotic rapier whenever that happens. And getting yourself an anti-dragon shield and 43 prayer and just spraying range, I believe, against them, or whatever they're hitting you with. I'm not exactly sure at this moment, but yeah. You can go to Frost Dragons. They drop Frost Dragon Bones, which can suffer about 200k each, and you can get Dragon Egg Visage, which can make a Dragon Fire Shield, which is maybe about 50 million. They also drop the player tokens, the Fist of Gothix tokens, which you can use to buy stuff from that guy. And they also drop you a lot of charms, clue scrolls, spin tickets, and everything, really. So yeah, that's going to be it for this part of the beginner guide. If I have any other ideas to show you guys and things get updated, I will make a part 2. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.